was well aware of how big it is. But as Defoe says, I don't think you can really appreciate it until you get to Glasgow, until you're in the Old Firm, until you're part of it. But according to Jermaine Defoe, Conor Coady's keen on the move. There's obviously things to sort out. With Leicester, he's still got a year left on his deal, and I'm sure Rangers are working on that at the moment. But the good news for fans is he's obviously aware, he's keen on the move, and Defoe has done a good PR job for Rangers, judging by what he said, just in terms of telling him what it's like to play up here. Because Defoe was only here for 18 months, but he really kind of got the Rangers bug and really bought into it. Obviously, it helps when you win a title. He was part of that Steven Gerrard squad in 2021. And he said that, it was only 18 months, but that title win is up there with anything he achieved in his career, according to Defoe. And a guy played the Premier League for so long, scored so many goals. Spurs, West Ham, went to a World Cup with England. But he really has such fond memories of Rangers, and I just think he's passed all that on to Conor Coady, which you think can only be good for Rangers and for the fans.
So you got the impression then from speaking to Jermaine Defoe, Scotty, that Conor Coady is right up for this, that it's just a matter of trying to put something down in front of him, that he's already sort of halfway in the door.
Yeah, I did, Jack. I mean, there was a great quote from Defoe where he said Cody's eyes lit up when he mentioned Rangers. And like the fact that even talking about it suggests that it's some distance down the line, and there's a real possibility of it happening. I mean, I don't know whether Cody's involvement with the TV company in terms of covering the Euros, because he's been a co-commentator as well as a pundit. I don't know whether that's maybe held things up a wee bit in terms of Rangers trying to get the deal done. But obviously that's over with now, and I would expect I'd expect Rangers taking a ramp it up this week in terms of trying to get the deal done. But certainly
much time to waste, do they?
No, they don't. Well, we've spoken about that a million times on here when they need to get bodies in. And the key thing about Coady is he's 32, he's experienced, 10 caps for England. He's vocal, he's a leader, he's a captain. He's exactly the type of character that I think Rangers need. And in terms of Russell Martin, the type of character you would want in the door is one of your main signings. I mean, I think he's obviously worked with Kevin Thelwell before at Everton, Coady, so he'll know him. I think I'm right in saying Russell Martin's tried to get him before, or certainly showed an interest in him before at Southampton. So I think it'll be one of the key signings if Rangers can pull it off.
The comments are coming in, and if you want to get involved in the conversation, please do so. We'll try our best to read them out. Rangers Easy OK says, do you guys think the slow movement from Rangers so far is to do with the new PSR accounting year starting on Tuesday? Got a feeling it could ramp up this week with incomings. And Darren says, we definitely need more players. Can he beat TNS? Obviously referring to Rangers behind closed door friendly against the Welsh side yesterday. Apparently Liam Kelly, James Tavernier, Robin Propper were all playing, but the Welsh side won 1-0 at Auchenhowie. I mean, I know it's literally the early days of pre-season, but you don't want to be losing to TNS.
These games are all about fitness and conditioning. That's what managers tell you, especially when they're on the wrong end of a bad result, and that is a bad result for Rangers. So you just have to hope from the Rangers' perspective there that that's what it is just now, that Russell Martin's trying to implement his style. He'll be loading his players up with information and how he wants the game to be played. But yeah, I kind of take that view that it doesn't matter if it's pre-season or anything. That's an embarrassing result. So clearly a lot of work to get done. And as I keep saying it, and I'm boring myself with it, but I keep coming back to the fact that I think things are going to get a little bit worse for Rangers before they can start to improve, before they get any better. That result would kind of highlight that, the amount, the size of the task that's in front of Russell Martin and his recruitment team right now as they try and build something to be ready in time for the start of the season, which I think they're going to find really, really difficult. They're right up against it.
It's brilliant, Jacko and Daniel. What other city in Europe or what other city in the world would get a reaction like that for a behind closed doors friendly against TNS?
I know. That is
Rangers
brilliant.
fans are up in arms online talking about Tav was the worst player on the pitch. And you need to get honestly, no other city in Europe with a behind closed doors friendly get such a reaction. It's brilliant. That's why we love it.
I was going to say,
But you can
wouldn't change it for
understand,
the world.
Scott. You can understand it, can't you? Because Rangers fans are hoping for big things. They're really hoping that Russell Martin is the right man. A lot of them kind of suspected before his appointment was ratified that he wasn't really the guy they wanted. So he's coming at it from a difficult position already, Russell Martin. And when news leaks out from Auchenhowie that you've just been beat 1-0 at home by TNS, it just ramps it up a little bit. And I can totally get it, because the Rangers fans are sitting there crying out for something to get their teeth in terms of positivity and a cause to be excited ahead of the start of next season.
The thing is, they've got it sounds mad to say it, but I mean, they've got their first proper friendly on Sunday, a week away against Club Brugge at Ibrox. And I'm assuming Club Brugge are early in their pre-season as well, but I mean, they were one of the best teams I watched last season against Celtic at Parkhead.
Right.
So, and there'll obviously be a crowd turns up at Ibrox, Russell Martin's first official game, if you like. So, I think it was said at the EGM there is no honeymoon period at Rangers or Celtic, and if he's under any illusions, which I'm sure he won't be, he'll find out on Sunday, friendly or no friendly. Punters will turn up expecting to see something. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure they would have hoped to have a few more signings to watch. Obviously, that's not happened, but there's still time this week to maybe get one or two in. Coady might be one of them, but no, it's going to ramp up pretty quickly for Russell Martin, because if you're getting dogs abuse for a behind closed doors friendly against a Welsh team, it's only going to get worse.
I think the key for him, Scott, even regardless if he brings in 4, 5, 6 players over the course of the next 3, 4, 5 days, which is highly unlikely, I think the key to Russell Martin kind of winning the hearts and minds of the supporters will be the style of play. If it's still the same old faces, we'll see if they're playing in a completely different style and you can see what they're trying to achieve and it looks the part. That'll be enough to bring them with them a little bit. But there's no doubt about it. I keep going back to it. There's so much work to do this summer in terms of trying to weed out the guys that you know aren't going to be good enough, aren't going to be the sort of calibre of player who will allow you to build a proper title challenge, and bring in ones who will be. And there's just so much work to do. I think I come back to it, really, really up against it already. It's a real shame. Russell Martin doesn't deserve that, but that's the hand he's been dealt, I'm afraid.
You're right, Jack. Even the club put out a training video during the week. I don't know if you've watched it.
I did see that.
It was quite lengthy, and it was, to me, it showed more than what these training videos normally show in terms of the work that they were doing. And look, it was only a wee 10, 15 minutes, whatever it was. But even in those wee clips, you could see actually what Russell Martin is renowned for and what he tries to do. There was obviously drills where, there was stuff at the start where it was a bit quick possession play, obviously, moving the ball quickly. But later on, when he went into the kind of game situation where it was all about kind of 4 attackers pressing, trying to win the ball back, and obviously for the defenders, it was about breaking that press and getting out. But you're looking at a squad of players he's working with, and it's like young kids and guys like, with all due respect, like Kevin Thelwell and others who, they're actively trying to get out. Now, this week, he'll get some international players back, the likes of Raskin and Dessers and others, Diomande, I'm assuming, as well. So you think training would be obviously a bit better, it'd be a bit easier for him. But such a quick turnaround. No, he's only going to have these players a few days and then they're straight into that friendly at the weekend. So as we've said all summer, time is against them. And as I say, it's only going to get, as Jack will say, it's only going to get tougher. Might need to get worse before it gets better.